Guys, I'm actually screaming because this is not the tall, dark and handsome that we requested for. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. So as I usually and always say, because you guys know I have words. Okay, I actually have words, but as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and therefore join the family. We are on the road to 30,000. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at @SarahDestinyX. And number three, like I always say, please get cozy and comfy. Today we have an orange juice, nice and cold with bits. I love orange juice with bits. But yeah, let's get into today's review. Also, before we start this review, I just want to let you guys know I'm actually and actively going to try my best to just speak much slower. Some of you have been commenting on my videos that you love my reviews, but I speak too fast. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try and not let you down. I don't know why I speak so fast, but I'm honestly gonna try and just keep it, keep it cute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into today's review. So let's start off with the storyline of Jess and what's it called itself, Sammy and co. Okay, even though it's Mitch involved, just a lot going on. Okay, first things first, I'm going to say is that I want them to wrap up the storyline. I'm just very much over it. I think Sammy is very distasteful. I think the things that he said in today's episode was so rude. But let's start off firstly. We'll get into that shortly. But let's start off with Jess, of course, speaking to the girls. And Ella said that she needs to make Sammy sweat because Sammy definitely got comfortable. And now that Sammy knows that Mitch can potentially take his spot, now he's starting to act irritated. But we'll get into that shortly anyway. Before we do, we'll briefly speak about Whitney telling the girls that she's been a bad girl because of course she was gisting them at the fact that her and Mehdi had a kiss on the terrace. My view still stands. Okay, everything I said in yesterday's review still stands today. I do not know if I can take Whitney and Mehdi seriously, guys. I'm so sorry. It is genuinely given friendship couple and nothing more than that. But I don't know if she actually really likes him because so far it's kind of given that she does. But I stand Whitney. So if Whitney's happy, I'm happy, even if it's with Mehdi. Sadly. But yeah, let's move on to Sammy and Jess. So like I said, very much over this entire situation. Sammy was of course talking to Jess about how he feels like so what, you don't want to be closed off and everything. And Jess was like, listen, I'm just letting you know, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Of course, Jess ended up shouting, saying you are very embarrassing, you're very childish, you're very immature. And Sammy was saying to the guys that, oh, he's been fully closed off. And then now I don't understand because, and I'm just thinking, when was Sammy fully closed off? You only became fully closed off when it was the public votes, okay? And I've already said this before. Guys, we are 10 seasons in. This script is very boring. He saw that Leah was not a public's fave. All of a sudden, oh, Jess. It's actually been what, a day, maybe a day and a half, maybe 2 days at the very most. Even if you don't like Mitch, if Jess wants to get to know him, she can do that because things are open with you two and you got to know Leah, and if she wants to do the same for Mitch, she should be allowed to. So I don't understand why Sammy is acting so triggered all of a sudden, making it seem like Jess is a very bad person. One thing that he did say that, like I said in the beginning of this review, is that he's very distasteful when he was speaking to his confessionals and he was like, oh, like, Jess isn't even my type. Like, I'm Jess. How rude. Okay, sorry, how rude. He was like, Jess isn't even my type, but I'm her type. And I was almost like I was basically just managing her for the sake of it. And it just made me wonder, like, does Sammy understand that he's punching? I just feel like Sammy, there's something about his character. He kind of irks me a bit. He kind of creeps me out. He doesn't seem genuine at all. He seems like he has a game plan. He's thinking he's OG of the villa when I've been telling you guys it's not given. And yeah, I just don't know why his mic is constantly on. Okay, I have to be honest. Of course, they ended up having another chat which turned into an argument again about getting to know Mitch. And what was definitely finishing me was Mitch was literally in the kitchen. He was eating. He was like, oh wow, it's going off. And I'm thinking, Mitch, this guy that loves just like, Mitch loves drama, guys, which is so interesting because he's always like, oh, you need to be mature, I'm older, I'm wiser. But this guy loves to drink his tea, my goodness. But Mitch was absolutely enjoying it. What made me scream was, of course, because they ended up having the argument and Jess and Sammy ended up walking away. So Sammy started walking away and Jess was like, don't walk away from me, don't walk away, why are you walking away, you're immature, you're this. Mitch now goes, while Sammy is walking this way, Mitch is walking this way, and Mitch now goes, oh, don't worry, I'll talk to her, bro. I'll talk to her. No, let me talk to her. I'm thinking, I actually don't know who Mitch thinks he is. I'm so sorry. Guys, I cannot take Mitch seriously in this villa. Like, who does he actually think? Let me talk to her. Who does he actually think he is? I really don't know. But Mitch, of course, was speaking to Jess and he was saying, no, forget him, man, it's okay, blah, 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 blah. This is why I wanted to get to know you. He's just this, he's just that. And I've been already telling you guys this. Mitch's game plan is so weak because he tries to get the girls that he likes by dissing other guys in the process, which doesn't give a thing at all. But of course, Sammy was of course talking to the guys as well, and he was saying things are completely over and it's messed up. I'm not chatting to her again. We were on a good path and she messed things up. And in all honesty, I just feel like Sammy was just looking for an easy way out. We do already know that he has been more interested in Leah than Jess. He's already told everyone that as well. And even, like I said, that distasteful comment that he mentioned about, oh, I'm not even a type and I was just... no. Okay, I'm not here for Sammy. So I kind of don't want to speak about that storyline again. If I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to hear it. So now let's move on to the nighttime. Not much to discuss other than a few things that were going on. Whitney was stroking Maddie's bed in bed. Guys, I think she likes him. And we just have to come to terms with it. Okay, I think Whitney actually likes this guy, but that kiss must have been as French as she said it was, boy. Ella and Ty, I don't know what's going on under those sheets. I don't want to know if our good sis is number 101, but okay, that's that. And Catherine and Scott were cuddling. Make note of that, right? Because I'm going to come back to it soon. Now let's move on to the following morning. Of course, you guys know the girls having their chats and the guys also having theirs as well. Briefly, Whitney said that she really enjoyed the kiss and that slow and steady wins the race. Molly was saying that she's happy with Zach and that things are going on, things are very natural between them. I already told you guys how I feel about Molly and Zach. They don't give for me at all. Yeah, conversations are quite dry. It's like I said, it gives dry oats with no milk. I'm so sorry, I just find them quite boring. But what was very interesting was Catherine was really happy to see Molly just be happy, which is good. Catherine's a good friend, okay? Because I don't know if I would have had that same energy. But Catherine is clearly a good person who likes seeing other people's happiness, which is nice, okay? But the way the whole Molly and Zach situation happened, I have to rate her for being a better woman than me, okay? That's all I'm going to say. And we'll briefly move on to the guys. Melly was saying that... what did they say? Yeah, Melly was saying that the kiss was really good and he feels like it was about time. Sammy was saying that he feels like Jess has been moving sly. I'm so over that storyline. I don't even want to pick up again. And Scott was saying that he's going to keep getting to know Catherine, which confused me a bit because you guys know in yesterday's review and episode, Scott did say to Catherine that he is leaning more towards Leah, and I felt like they kind of locked things off between them, but clearly not. But yeah, he said he's going to still try and get to know her, and I guess maybe we're just missing out some scenes because they were cuddling and did look quite comfy at night time. Now, of course, they ended up getting a random text that it was time for a couple's brunch. So we'll briefly speak about some of the conversations that took place at brunch before our good sis Maya Jama comes and drops a huge bombshell, because why? The producers are producing. All right, so Ella and Ty, they clinked to more life. Guys, I love them so much. They're so toxic, but they work. I don't know what it is. Ella and Ty are, they're opposites, but they're also the same. Like, they just work, and I don't know why, but I think if they can both stick it out for Casa, they will 100% make it to the finals, because I don't know why they're actually my fave in the villa. Anyway, she asked him if he stands by what he said when he said that he was closed off, and all of a sudden Tyreek started stuttering. Why am I not surprised? Tyreek being Tyreek, there's not really much I can say, okay? But Ella is on it when it comes to this guy, and I think that's honestly why they suit, because they literally just throw shade at each other. Like, one throws a dart, another throws a dart, and yeah. I don't know, guys, I like them. I'm not here for toxic love, but I actually do like them together. Jess and Sammy screaming. They went right back into the storyline from yesterday, i.e. You're not happy that I want to get to know Mitch. Jess wasn't holding back at all. And like I said, I do feel like Sammy has been very dismissive over the storyline, over her actions, over his own actions. I feel like he lacks the ability to accept accountability and also communicate. And yeah, kind of over him. All right, definitely over him. Catherine and Scott, what were they speaking about? Oh yeah, she said that she feels like this is the time for her to go after what she wants and she doesn't want to force him or anything. Guys, I cannot believe they have our good sis Catherine begging on national TV. I'm pausing because I can't believe it. Okay, I'm shy. I'm actually so I just need them to free her from these shackles, honestly. And what, we asked them to send someone in and they send that bombshell. Guys, let me even get there, okay? But yeah, very interesting. But I have to be honest, I do think Scott is leaning more towards Leah than Catherine, if sadly, but I do think that's what it is. Let's move on to Maddie and Whitney. They were speaking about him moving to London. He said he wants to move to Mayfair, and someone commented on my video yesterday saying that people from Maddie's, I don't know, country or something, they tend to be quite wealthy. So maybe Whitney is seeing the dollar signs. I'm not the dollar pound signs, but maybe she's seeing certain, okay? But he also said that he wanted to move to Buckingham Palace, but someone lives there. I won't lie, that was a good joke. Guys, I'm a sucker for dry jokes. Honestly, I'm such a nerd. But that was quite a good joke. And she also said that they are opposites, but she wants to be a young mum. I feel like we're seeing more of Midi. Guys, why do I keep coming up with names? Yesterday I said Weddy. Today I'm saying Midi. Why? Anyway, I do feel like we're starting to see a bit more of them, but I just can't take them seriously, and I just don't know why. And last but not least, we'll move on to Molly and Zach. They were talking about there not being any pressure between them. I think the thing with Molly and Zach is they genuinely think that they give, and they don't give. Like, I don't get any vim from Molly and Zach. I find them quite boring. I think they just have very lustful eyes, so I feel like there's a lot of sexual tension and chemistry between them. But other than that, I cannot name one productive conversation that they've had since they've been a couple. Let me know if you can, but I can't. Now, of course, Maya Jama ends up walking in, and I said, whoa, we have a little plot twist over here. And she told them that they had to decide which couples are the least compatible, and she was going to come back in the evening to hear everyone. Sorry guys, my camera was flashing, but yeah, she's going to come back in the evening to hear everyone's results. So we'll briefly speak about, is there anything else that I wrote there? Oh no, Mitch definitely made me scream. He said that, oh, she never comes with good news, does she? That was funny, I won't lie, like that was actually hilarious. But of course the couples ended up voting and they started having discussions. I won't get into all of their discussions because of course we find out next who they actually vote for. But in all honesty, I feel like even if I was in the villa, and just outside looking in, to be honest, Ella and what was I going to say? Yeah, Ella and Tyreek are the most compatible couple in that villa. I think they're the only compatible couple in that villa. The rest of them are honestly just coasting. I tweeted this as well. The rest of them are seriously coasting. So, yeah. The voting shouldn't really be too hard. But I was definitely screaming. The only thing I wrote down was the fact that Ella and Ty are always complaining, even down to making a decision. Tyreek really wanted to vote for Mehdi. Yeah, sorry, my name's mixed up. Mehdi and Whitney, because he was just like, I think this and I think that. And Ella was like, no, you don't know this. You don't know, da 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 da. I see Whitney and I see how she's this. So it's nice to see that, you know, Ella's sticking up for our good sis, if I'll be honest with you. And yeah, even if it is fake, we're rooting for Whitney. All right? That's what we're doing on this channel. Now, let's move on to the night time. Of course, while they end up getting ready, they get a text that Maya Jama was around the fire pit and they needed to gather immediately. So let's get into the votes of who voted for who. So Whitney and Mehdi voted for Sammy and Jess and Mitch and Leah. I was here for that. I think, yeah, that made a lot of sense. Catherine and Scott chose Leah and Mitch. Mitch started rolling his eyes as usual. When is it Mitch giving us dramatics? I'll wait. Okay. And secondly, they voted for Sammy and Jess. Ella and Ty chose Catherine and Scott and Mitch and Leah. No surprise there. So actually keep a record of all of the votes, right? Because we'll get into the end shortly anyway. Sammy and Jess chose Mitch and Leah and Catherine and Scott. Leah and Mitch. Do you know what's so funny? Up to that point, I was like, oh my gosh, guys, maybe Whitney and Mehdi are actually the real deal because no one's voting for them. Like, wow. And then Mitch comes, Mr. Beggarman. He comes and he says, we voted for Whitney and Mehdi because, well, anyway, yeah. They voted for, Leah and Mitch voted for Sammy and Jess and Mehdi and Whitney. And Molly and Zach chose Leah and Mitch and Sammy and Jess. So Leah and Mitch, I believe, ended up having 4 votes. I think Leah and Mitch 4 votes, Sammy and Jess 4 votes, and Catherine and Scott 2 votes. Yeah, I think that was it. So of course, Maya Jama revealed that Leah, Mitchell, Jess, and Sammy were now single, but the plot twist was that they are not allowed to recouple again, and that they are not the only single islanders. Before I get into the 2 new bombshells, interesting plot twist. I think I would have preferred that plot twist if like maybe Molly and Zach were in the bottom 2 or something like that, because those 4 already don't like each other on a romantic level anyway. So I guess the only gag is that, of course, Sammy can't get to know Leah as much as he wanted to, and Mitch has to just dead the whole thing off with Jess. So interesting plot twist, okay? I'll give the islanders that, you know, I mean the producers. I'll give the producers that. Very interesting plot twist. Of course, like we did say, they are not the only single islanders in the villa, and we were introduced to Mel and Montel, the 2 new bombshells. Before I give my opinions, why am I laughing already? Before I give my opinions on the 2 bombshells, we'll start off with Sammy. So Sammy, of course, ended up screwing his face, and Maya Jama was like, Sammy, like, is everything okay? What's the problem? And he was just like, yeah, I just don't feel like we should be standing here. I feel like Mehdi and Whitney. I feel like Catherine and Scott. it's given the attacks of the blacks, honey. Okay, make it make sense, babe. You are up there. I said up there. You are up there. Wear that crown well, okay? Because we can all see that you and Jess were not compatible anyway, and everyone was given the chance to vote. And on top of that, both Medi and Whitney and Catherine and Scott did receive votes, but you received the most. So you have to honestly just hold your head up high whilst you're standing there, babe. All right, smile for the pictures. But yeah, we'll move on to Whitney. I'm screaming. So of course, like, Whitney and Medi were given the opportunity to, you know, have their commentary for Sammy's statements, and literally Medi was like, well, I don't focus on other couples, I focus on myself. And then Whitney was like, yeah, copy that. So I really like their response. Honestly, face your front. Don't look at us because you're on stage, babe. It's not our fault. And Catherine and Scott as well, they pretty much just backed their corner and said, you know what, it is what it is. But I think Sammy is honestly he's just a bit stressed because he can clearly see he doesn't have a safety net and he possibly has to start all over again. Now, Mel and Montel, so they are the two bombshells entering the villa. We didn't get much details about them other than like their images, I guess. We got their images and I think they showed their body and stuff like that. We don't know their age or occupation, so we probably will find that out tomorrow. But Mel's cute. I think Mel's cute. She looks maybe mid-20s, late 20s-ish. Got a very good body, brunette hair. Montel is not the tall, dark and handsome that we requested for. Someone even tweeted, when I tweeted, someone said he even looks short. No shade to short guys, but it's early days. You know what I mean? It's early days. So let's definitely see what tomorrow has in store. Overall, decent-ish episode. Yeah, I think it's a decent-ish episode. I just want them to wrap up this whole Sammy and Jess storyline very quickly, really. But yeah, guys, as always, I'd love to know what you thought of today's episode down below. I hope I spoke slower. If I didn't, let me know down below and I'll try and speak even slower tomorrow. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to speak so fast, but I don't know why I do it. But yeah, please, please, please have a lovely evening. God bless you. Thank you so much for your love and for your support. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. But other than that, I love you so much. Please take care and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.